So the first thing we need to do is work out how we find a six-figure grid reference in the simplest of ways. So here is my first example. Now, each map, any OS map or any type of map, will always come with grid squares on it. All I have simply done is copied out these grid squares and got rid of the map. So that I put this on a piece of graph paper. So this is the easiest way to understand how to find a six-figure grid reference. So the first thing we need to do in order to find a six-figure grid reference is we need to locate a point. So I have a point here, and this is the point we're going to be focusing on for our example. So the first thing you need to do with a six-figure grid reference is you need to find the grid square that that point is in. Now I know that this grid square surrounds the point that I'm interested in, so this is the one I'm interested in. First thing you then do with that information is you find the bottom left hand corner of that grid square. So right here, this is the bottom left hand corner. Second thing you need to do is you need to work your way along the corridor until you hit the number that lines up with your bottom left hand corner. Now in this example it is 42. 42. Then what we need to do is we need to work out how far away this point is from this bottom left hand corner. Now we take this in small steps. If we divide the square itself up into 10 little squares and every line is a step, we should count them out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the fifth line links to my point, the bottom left hand corner of my point. So it's 5. Then we go back to our original left hand corner. And instead of going along the corridor this time, we go up the stairs. So we're going to go up until we find the number that is in line with our bottom left hand corner, which is 12. Then we go back to our bottom left hand corner of our actual grid square, and we now need to work up in terms of little steps how far away this point is from that bottom left hand corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now if I was to blow up that grid square, we can see that this point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from my bottom left hand corner, hence the first 5, always along the corridor first. Then we notice that if we go up the stairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's where our second 5 comes from. So the answer to this point is 425, 125. And that is our six-figure grid reference. Now let's try it with a few examples. So pause the video and I want you to try and work out A, B, C, D, E and F using the same way I've just explained. Okay, so let's find the answers. So we'll start with A. Now, we know that A is in the grid square here. So we want the bottom left-hand corner. So if we go along the corridor, we know that 10 is the first number. Then we go up to the left-hand corner and I want to know how far away that point is from the left-hand corner. 7. Then I want to know how up the stairs is linked to this corner, which is 53. And then I want to know how far away this point is from up the corner. let's try B. This box, bottom left hand corner. You go along the corridor. How many little squares? What number is it if you go up the stairs? And then how far away is it? Okay, let's try C. This square. 10. Now this is where it gets difficult, because we're not actually counting any steps up because it's already on this line. When the point is on a line, you just give it 0. So you haven't made any steps, no steps on the line. Okay, let's try D. So this square. And again, we haven't made any steps, so 0. E, this box. And now, there's no number here, but grid references always run in number order. So if we count down 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, we know that this is 52. And finally F. And there are your answers. Right, so let's now apply our new knowledge of 6-figure grid references to this example. Now, we're going to find each point individually in each letter. If you want to pause the video and do this on your own and then check your answers, you're more than welcome to. But let's try A together. So, point A is in this grid square. So bottom left hand corner, and we go along the corridor. So the number is 18. Now, we haven't got any little squares to count this time. So this is where it gets more difficult. So with 6-figure grid references, the best thing to do is to imagine the grid square is hard. So we know that it's going to be above 5. So now I'm going to say that's about 8. Now, this is up the stairs. 80. And then again, I'm going to cut the box in half. I think that's a 6. Okay, let's try B. This grid square, bottom left hand corner, going along the corridor, 19. Cut the box in half, so we know it's below 5, it's quite in the middle. I'm going to go with 3. Up the stairs, bottom left hand corner, 81. Put the box in half, so we know it's going to be above 5. the little steps. Give it a second. Why don't you try and do C on your own? So, C is in this box, bottom left hand corner. Go along the corridor. Cut the box in half. Okay, pause the video and I want you to do D all the way up till the end of the letters, and then you can check back for the answers. What we have learnt. To find a six-figure grid reference, you first need to locate the bottom left-hand corner of the square that contains your points you are trying to find. Once you've located the bottom left-hand corner, you then go along the corridor and you get to the horizontal line that matches your square's bottom left-hand corner. From this point, you then divide the bottom line of that square only into 10 even steps and find which step the point is closest to. Remember, sometimes it's easier to halve the square beforehand, so if you know it's below or above 5. Then you need to go up the stairs until you find the correct vertical line for your square's bottom left-hand corner again. From the bottom left-hand corner then, you then need to go up the stairs in 10 little steps. So you need to divide the line again into 10. Remember to divide it maybe in half so you know it's going to be above or below 5, and find the point that it is closest to in those little steps. Once you've done all 5 steps, write the 6 numbers down in the order you found them in, and this will give you your 6-figure grid reference. Remember, you always have a little bit of leeway by 1 or 2 points when it comes to finding a 6-figure grid reference.